What is up, guys? I'm back again. Today we're gonna do a little bit of this week in sports. Go over all the topics that are happening in sports right now. There's a lot of crazy things happening, so I just want to come down. We're live on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, everything. You already know what it is. So let's get right into it. The biggest news is probably what happened last night. LeBron James broke the all-time scoring record in the NBA. Pretty much all knew it was coming. The guy's been an absolute dominant force for years and years and years. If he's not the GOAT, he's number two. It's just what this guy has done has been absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, what's happened over the last couple years with the team not being great may tarnish it a little bit. It's not going to. The guy is the GOAT. Got rumors have it Lakers still lost to the Thunder. That is very true. And you know who the Lakers may have also lost last night? Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook complaining after the game in the locker room. As always, him and a coach were in a screaming match back and forth at each other. This is just Russell Westbrook antics. He's too old to be doing this stuff. He's not good anymore. It's just that simple. You got to stop this, Russ. You got nowhere to go. So the next little topic we're going to talk about is the Kyrie Irving trade. Like Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving has been a little bit of a locker room cancer here over the last few years. And Kyrie forced his way out of another team. And everybody was bashing James Harden last year when the real issue in Brooklyn was Kyrie Irving. Kyrie didn't play half the year last year because he didn't want to get the vaccine. Kyrie bitched and complained about all kinds of things. He winds up being dealt for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a late first round pick, which is just wild. Like, it seems like they barely gave up anything for him, but when you got a guy forcing their way out like that, it's what happened. Like, it's really crazy that happened. Go Birds, yes sir. Yes, he did have 27 points last night, but he's also a locker room cancer. Just because he's still scoring doesn't mean he's not a locker room cancer. And the Lakers are a dumpster fire right now of a team. Yes, LeBron just broke the scoring record, but they still lost the game. They're a team right now with LeBron who seems to be focused on more of individual accolades than the rest of the team. And I don't know if that's the full case, but it sure does not seem great. Next thing, this is going to be a little Sixers news. You already know this is a Philly sports channel. So, Matisse Thybulle and Furkan Korkmaz both seem like they may not be here by the deadline tomorrow at 3 p.m. They really, Matisse Thybulle really hasn't developed at all. He's been the same. He's been a great defensive player, really good defensively, but hasn't done anything offensively, hasn't got a three-point shot in his career. It's a shame for Matisse Thybulle because we thought he was going to be so much better than what he was. He just wasn't. And then you got Furkan Korkmaz requesting a trade. He's not playing any minutes. He just wants to go and play somewhere else. It's almost like if you could combine Furkan Korkmaz and Matisse Thybulle, you may have a solid role player. The problem is Furkan is decent offensively, but is garbage defensively. And Matisse Thybulle is good defensively, but garbage offensively. So you got a liability on one side of the court with both those guys. At this point, they're done. They're done at Philly. They got to try to get some better role players in here if they want to go make a stretch run. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Sixers. I think the Sixers are a good team, but I don't think they're there yet. Next thing we got some NFL news here. The Saints could be trading for Derek Carr. It seems like they have a deal in place. This is just so Derek Carr can visit the Saints. It'll be very interesting because I feel like that's a decent fit there. I think Derek Carr is a good quarterback, but not a great one. I don't know if he's good enough to win a Super Bowl, but I think he's good enough to get the Saints back on track. It'll definitely be interesting. Now Derek Carr still got a no trade clause. He could waive it, whatever. Super weird situation there with Derek Carr because he may just get cut. He may get traded. Who knows? And then another quarterback news. Aaron Rodgers going on was a 4-night retreat in complete darkness. It sounds like he's getting put in solitary confinement, basically, to decide his NFL future. If he wants to stay in the NFL, if he wants to retire, if he wants to stay with the Packers, or he wants to go somewhere else. That's going to be a very, very interesting thing over these next few weeks as well. It's going to be a really, really interesting offseason. But before we get on the offseason, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm so excited. You already know. I'm super excited. I feel like the Eagles have the slight upper hand right now. I think when I go and look down at all the position groups, the Eagles win most of those position groups. Now, obviously, on paper isn't a full representation of what happens in the game. But you look at that. The Eagles have a slightly better running back group. They have a better receiver group. They have a much better offensive line. They have a worse tight end. Not by a ton. Kelsey's obviously the best tight end in the league, but Goddard's up there. He's not one, but Goddard's up there. Got a slightly worse quarterback. When they're on their game, it's minuscule. The defense is where it's like, okay, Eagles have a much better defensive line. Eagles have better linebackers. Eagles have better corners. Eagles have better safeties. But like I said, it doesn't matter what happens on paper. They need to show up. And for the Eagles to win this football game, they need to do what they've been doing the whole year, and that is controlling the game with the run. When they control the game, keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. Patrick Mahomes can't throw for 500 yards on you if you're running the football and controlling the clock. If you win the possession battle, if you win the turnover battle, the Eagles will win the football game. And the way they've been playing all year, they can do that. They just need to. If I would like the Eagles to come out and hopefully either lose the coin toss and get the ball first, or even win the coin toss and accept the ball first. Because when the Eagles get the ball first and score and have that momentum, it's hard to wrangle that back from the Eagles. The Eagles very rarely squander the momentum. When they have the momentum, they usually just carry it on throughout the rest of the game this season. It's going to be a great game. If you could keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands, force Patrick Mahomes to make mistakes when he does have the ball in his hands, I think the Eagles will win. Now, if you let Patrick Mahomes sit back there, complete these little short passes all the way down the field, no, there is no advantage for the Chiefs on the offensive line at all. The Eagles have the best offensive line in football, and it's not really close. Yes, linebackers going to the Eagles. The Eagles linebackers have been absolutely incredible this year as well. No disrespect to Bolton Gay, but you look at the linebacker group with Reddick, Edwards, and White. They've been incredible. Bro, you do not watch football? I watch every single game. I watch every single game. No, I'm not even being biased with this. The Eagles' defense has been incredible this whole year. And yes, the Eagles broke sack records all over the board. But it wasn't just because of that defensive line. It's what was behind that defensive line. It's they have those elite corners who lock up. They have those elite linebackers who lock up. They have those elite safeties who lock up. It gives you more time to go rush the quarterback. They have a better kicker. They have a better quarterback. They have a better tight end. Yeah, the Chiefs' defense is still really good. The Chiefs' defense is still a really good defense, but the Eagles have a better defense. They do. Sorry, YouTube. I'm talking to TikTok right now. Either one you're in, I comment. I comment back. Um, my biggest concern for the Eagles in this game is that they do let Patrick Mahomes just sit back there and complete those easy passes. When the Eagles force pressure, they're much better. If they sit back in that soft zone and play conservative, it's going to be bad. So it should be a really, really good game. And it's going to be a high scoring game. I still think. I'm thinking more of a 31-28 type score. It's definitely going to hit that over. I think it's 50.5 right now. But it's going to be a close game. Swing either way. But I just think the Eagles right now are a better team on paper. I think the way the Eagles have been playing right now, they are a better team. But you never know because it's any given Sunday. They could fumble the game away like they did against the Commanders on 2 fumbles and 1 fluke interception, and there you go. I didn't say every single position group, but most of them, yes. Most of them, yes. The Eagles' defense is a good bit better than the Chiefs. Is a good bit better than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs' offense is better than the Eagles' offense at times. But I think the Eagles' defense is a good bit better than the Chiefs. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to give up points. The Eagles' defense still gives up points. They're not like a no points given up defense. They're a bend but don't break defense. So, yes, they'll give up field goals here and there, but they try not to give up the touchdown. You know what? I'm trying to be respectful to you, but if you ain't going to be respectful back, goodbye. Did Sirianni confirm Siposs will punt? I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't even worry with Siposs. If Siposs is hurt, you don't want to put him out there. You don't want to hurt punter out there trying to, and he re-injures something, then you don't have a punter the whole game. Yes, Brett Kern isn't great, but it's not worth it for that extra maybe 4 or 5 yards you get from Siposs over Kern if he's healthy. And I don't know if he's healthy. Let's see. We're live on my YouTube, guys. If you guys want to come on through over there, breaking down what's going on. But see, Thibault may be a decent loss. I mean, it's gonna be weird, you know. Thibault's been a good player, but he hasn't been great. He shows a lot of promise, but he just hasn't taken that step. He's a great locker room guy. But it's just yeah. The media has been absolutely crazy here in in Arizona so far. You got them asking all kinds of weird questions. Somebody asked Nick Sirianni, he's like, "Is this a must-win game?" Bro, it's the Super Bowl. Of course it's a must-win game. Chiefs are one of the least aggressive teams going for it. Yeah, the Chiefs still have an old style coach. Andy Reid is one of the last old style coaches that are still around. You got Andy that's still around, got Mike Tomlin still around, who's still a little bit more aggressive, and you got Bill Belichick who's still around. Those 3 guys are the old style coaches that are still hanging on. Yeah, Jarhead, I think it's gonna be a little bit closer than that, but I do have the Eagles in a slight advantage. I have the Eagles in a slight advantage. And listen, the Eagles are able to control the clock with the run game. They'll be fine. And the game may not look as much of a blowout, even though they'll have the full advantage. It's happened a few times with the Eagles where they win a game 28-21 or 28-17, something like that. But it's much more of a blowout than it really looks because they've controlled the game with the run game. That run game is such a big, big piece. Everybody's like, "Oh, AJ Brown." They've won in blowout fashion with AJ Brown getting like 4 yards a game. That's fine. They just need AJ Brown to catch the ball when he's there. And maybe he'll catch AJ Brown deep on one, but it's not. This isn't about AJ Brown right now. All you got to worry about is Chris Jones, Bolton, and Snead, and Gay if he's playing. And Snead, I think Snead's beatable. Gay is good. Chris Jones worries me, but you also got Jason Kelce, who's the best, debatably one of the best centers of all time. Sayamalu, who's been absolutely incredible, and Dickerson, who's been absolutely incredible as well this year. So Chris Jones doesn't worry me as much. He may get some pressure, but you also got Jalen Hurts, who thrives on running outside the pocket. So unless Chris Jones can catch up to Jalen Hurts, which I think Chris Jones is fast, but I don't think he's Jalen Hurts fast. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Going to need AJ Brown on third down conversions. Yeah, they will. What's up, Tone? How we doing? They will need AJ Brown for third down conversions. They're going to need Smitty for third down conversions. They're going to need Goddard for third down conversions. But hopefully they're running it so well that it's 3rd and 2, hand it off to Miles Sanders again, get the first down. Yes, sir. Go and restart this video and start from the beginning. I mentioned LeBron right in the beginning. Yeah, it's going to be interesting who leaves after this game. And that's a big thing. So let's say the Eagles do win the Super Bowl, which I think a lot of us are hopeful and optimistic that the Eagles will win the Super Bowl on Sunday. You're saying Kelsey's probably retiring. Lane Johnson can retire. Sayamalu is probably gone at right guard. He's probably going somewhere else. Then you look at the defense. I'm pretty sure Hargrave needs to get extended. You got Edwards and White, who both need to be extended. You got Bradbury, who needs to be extended. Cox may retire. Graham may retire. Like, there's a lot of players on this defense and this offense that may retire. It might be a completely different looking team next year. That's why it's almost, I don't want to say it's a must-win game this year, but it almost is. Lane isn't retiring. He's playing another 2 years, he said. Yeah, but things change when you win the Super Bowl, and considering he's got that severe ab injury, he might not want to go through the surgery again, I just don't know if BG has a place here anymore. Especially since they're probably going to draft an edge rusher in the first round. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's not going to set up a dynasty. I think their defense is a little bit too old for it to completely set up a dynasty. But they could still do things like they have 2 first-round picks. You can revitalize that defense really quickly, drafting a corner high and drafting either an edge rusher or defensive tackle high. As long as they're good players, you're going to be good. Yeah, I don't know if the Bengals versus Eagles Super Bowl would be a better one or a worse one. Yeah, so this defense will be very interesting. And they have some money, but you also got to look at, and I'm sure they are budgeting for this. How much is Jalen Hurts going to cost? Is Jalen Hurts going to get $50 million? He might. Jalen Hurts may be a $50 million quarterback, especially if he wins the Super Bowl on Sunday. He may get $50 million a year, which is going to be absolutely wild for the salary cap. When you got one player taking up that much of the salary cap, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to re-sign Bradbury either. But it depends, though. If he wants to come back on a 3-year, $30 million deal or something like that, I think they do that. Yes, I know how much we have in cap space, but that doesn't take into effect that we need to sign Jalen Hurts. Like, Jalen Hurts has taken up all that 16.6 left and more. So that's just the thing with the Eagles is they're playing right now, and they're playing really well right now because they don't have a quarterback. They have a quarterback on a rookie deal. Hurts money is going to be the problem. And when you got a quarterback who potentially will be making $50 million a year, it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting. All right, YouTube, we're going to say goodbye to you for now. I just want to do a little quick thing. I'm probably going to do one tomorrow, too, after the NBA trade deadline, see if there's any big things going on tomorrow. But I'll see you guys. If not, I'll see you guys this weekend on Sunday for the Super Bowl. Let's go, Birds. Cahtah. Peace now.